Hi everyone! Welcome to the sneak peek coach physician life sneak preview that I'm hosting this week. My name is Meredith. You probably know me better as the Veggie Doc from Facebook and Instagram and my Gmail account. And this week I'm doing a video each day on my life as a physician health coach and just going to talk about different aspects of it. Today's day one, so I'm just going to tell you how I ended up here. I work as an OBGYN resident. I'm in my second year, about to be done with it. But I also work usually at the end of the day, beginning and end of the day, as a part-time health and fitness coach. And people's biggest question for me, or two biggest questions for me are, why'd you go into medicine? How'd you pick OBGYN? And how'd you become a health coach? So the medicine part's pretty easy. Why did I go into medicine? I don't have a really good answer. I liked biology, I liked anatomy. I decided in 10th grade I was going to be pre-med, so I was pre-med at Penn State, got into medical school, went to the University of New England in Maine, which is an osteopathic school, because I really loved the osteopathic philosophy and wanted that training in addition to all the other medical training that you get in an allopathic school. I get asked that question a lot. Couldn't decide on a specialty right away. I really love psychiatry and working with people in that way, but I'm very procedural. I like to be busy, clearly. So when it came time to choosing a specialty, OBGYN really spoke to my heart because I wanted to work with women because I can relate to them the most. I liked doing the surgery. I love doing deliveries, and you can still really help women with total life care as an OBGYN. So that's how I got there. My husband and I are both residents in Michigan. We couples matched out here, originally from the East Coast, so this is a bit of a switch for us. But we love where we live, and we'll probably have a hard time deciding where to end up, whether we stay here or go back to home. As far as how did I become a health coach, well, when we moved to Grand Rapids, Michigan, to start residency, I was pretty athletic at that point, and I haven't always been athletic for my whole life. Pretty unathletic as a kid, and even as a teenager. I was a cheerleader. Most people think that's not athletic, and looking back now at how in shape I was back then, I think people are totally misled. Started running track in the end of high school, wasn't fast, but kept running through college. Did my first marathon in med school. Love running. It's a little hard on my body these days with the hours that I keep, but I still do enjoy it. When I moved to Grand Rapids, I had also started my blog, The Veggie Doc, and I did really well with keeping up with that blog in med school. I actually felt like I had the most time ever in med school to play around with recipes, find good food sources, research food, and I took a college course that talked about food ecology and where our food comes from and how it's changed over the past century, and I just fell in love with that aspect of health and wellness, and then I started blogging about it. That got harder to keep up once I got to the end of med school and was trying to apply to residency, and once I got to residency it was really, really hard to keep up. Just to come up with things to blog about and constantly be cooking and coming up with good recipes was hard. Healthy recipes or healthy eating was not hard to do. It just wasn't interesting. So that fell off for me. I started working out more though. Was in very, very, very good shape right before residency because I had a month off in the June before residency started. And I loved it. Loved my body, loved the way I felt, loved what I was eating, was doing really well. And then residency started. And then everything kind of fell off the wayside. You know, you're a new intern. You are trying to keep up, trying not to look bad, trying to survive. And all that fell on the wayside, but I was still really trying to keep up. And I had a special Instagram account that I would use just for like health and fitness. And at that point, I didn't think to call it the Veggie Doc like I had called my blog. I don't know why I didn't connect the two. They're connected now. But one day was looking through some of the people I was following and saw that this girl who lived in Grand Rapids, where I live, was talking about how she became an independent wellness coach, health coach. And I said, gosh, I wish I could do something like that. I wish there was time for me to do both things. And the next day, she had actually reached out and said, you look like you'd be good at this. Do you want to just hear about what I do? And I said, sure. You know, I come from a family of coaches. My dad and brother are both football coaches, high school football coaches. My brother is also a personal trainer and director of athletics at the facility that he works at. He works with athletes all the time. He has himself had a huge transformation in his life between high school and college and now in the real world, where he has just become the picture of health. And you know, I think he and I share a lot of similarities in that. So I said, sure, let me hear about this health coaching thing. After one conversation with her, I was convinced she was the happiest, most positive, energetic person I'd ever met. She loved what she did in helping other people get healthy, and her job lined up with all of my values outside of my job, with regards to working out, staying healthy, getting enough sleep, you know, all of these lifestyle things that we can do to keep ourselves well. And this is coming from me. I'm a doctor. I know all these things can make people well. I know how to do surgery. I know how to prescribe medicine. I know how to keep someone in the hospital for a week and make sure they are perfect before I send them out the door. But I don't help people ever once they leave the hospital. I'm not a part of their wellness at home, their lifestyle at home. And those two things combined, this perky, awesome, friendly, loving person saying, I would love to show you what I do, combined with the fact that I felt like I was missing part of the job that I wanted to do for people, I became a health coach. I said, I don't know what I'm getting into, but I want to do what you do, and I want to combine it with what I do. And that's how I got here. So I don't want this video to go on for too long, but that is part one of this week. I'll come at you tomorrow to talk about what a typical day for me is like, and I am so happy to have you all here. Thanks.